Hope everyone's doing well. My name is EQ and welcome to another episode of Stompaholics. On today's episode, we're going to be going over an altcoin that I think has massive potential. I'm talking about 100 times potential. That is Safemoon. We're going to be going over what Safemoon is and the process of adding the wallet, adding the coins, being able to view the coins on the wallet, and all that fun stuff. So let's not waste any more time and get into it. So before we jump into Safemoon, I just want to take a second to remind everyone that playing these massively low altcoins are a huge risk. It is a casino style in here, but sometimes you have to put yourself in a certain position of risk to even reap the rewards of any benefit. But in my personal opinion, I would rather take these risks and put money into these low value altcoins instead of putting into margins or futures. Mostly because if price drops all the way down, at least I'm not getting liquidated. I can still recover, versus if you liquidate, you're losing that money forever. So this is just another alternative to that for people that like to get a little crazy. So we can see here Safemoon. Don't know if you guys have heard of it yet. It's ranked 2400 on the list of top coins. No market cap value, which is why it's sitting so low, but it has to do with the way the tokenomics work, and it's just not necessarily reporting how much is actually circulating within Safemoon, so that information isn't applying to the market cap. But you can still see a fully diluted market cap of 4.4 billion, even though it doesn't necessarily say so much as to what the market cap is. You can see this guy has a lot of room for growth and a massive circulating supply, but we're going to jump into why the supply is so high at the moment. Scrolling down to the chart, you can see Safemoon started on the first, let's see, go through this all-time chart. The first day was March 9th, so it's only been around less than 2 months. Price was insanely low at this point, and you can see within the last 2-3 weeks we've made a massive push up. There's a lot of people jumping in on this. This is an obvious, I wish I had a way to show you the candles. There's just no trading view chart on this, so I'm just having to use the line chart that comes with CoinMarketCap. But at this point across, there is an SR flip, and that SR flip holds support all through this time, and that's what triggers this massive impulse. People thought price was going to be retracing soon, even though it doesn't look like it's going to be. But all in all, this is one of the coins we're going to be going with. And when I was going through the process of buying this coin and doing everything, I noticed it was kind of difficult even for me. So I figured I might as well make a little video and add some money myself so you can see the entire process of acquiring some Safemoon. So Safemoon is a DeFi token. According to Safemoon website, it has 3 functions that take place during each trade: reflection, LP acquisition, and burn. Safemoon protocol is a combination of RFI tokenomics and an auto liquidity generating protocol. Safemoon is also planning to develop an NFT exchange, as well as charity projects and crypto educational apps. Sounds kind of similar to Doge if you know what Doge was doing early in its history. Safemoon launched on March 8th, 2021, brand new coin. It works in the following way. In each trade, the transaction is taxed with a fee of 10%, which is cut in half. 5% of the fee is redistributed to all of the token holders at the time, and the other 5% is then split in half again, with 50% sold by the contract into BNB, and the remaining 50% is automatically paired with the aforementioned BNB and added to PancakeSwap as a liquidity pair. So every time you're running a transaction, you are technically burning some of the coin off, which is why the circulating value is so high, because they did the opposite of what a lot of these other coins are doing. They decided to release their total market or total supply of coins, and they already have a designated amount of coins that were going into the market for trading, and a designated amount they're going to be burnt throughout the process of its existence. And eventually it does this little matrix curve. So right now the supply is much higher than the demand, but eventually as coins are start to be burnt more and more people are buying Safemoon, you're going to see this little elixir at the bottom, and then the demand is going to cross the supply, and that's when price is really going to start shooting up. So we're going to go through their white paper before we jump into how to buy Safemoon and how to see how many coins you have, because you have to set up both different sections. We're going to be using Trust Wallet for this. But yeah, Safemoon protocol. A common misconception with the heavy APY average is the subjectivity of the impermanent loss from staking an LP, which is a liquidity provider and a farming reward generator. With the explosion of DeFi, we've seen too many new cryptos and prospects get sucked into high APY LP farming traps, feeling hopeless as they are pushed out by earlier buyers with higher staking rewards. We've all been there, seeing those shiny 6-digit figures that could be pretty damn tempting to jump in. However, almost always the token suffers from the inevitable valuation bubble, which is then followed by the burst and then the impending collapse of the price. This is why we have seen the mass adoption of static rewards, also known as reflection, which is a separate concept that seeks to eliminate the troubles caused by farming rewards. So a static reward solves a host of problems. The reward amount is a conditional upon the volume of the token being traded. This mechanism aims to alleviate some of the downward sell pressure put on the token caused by earlier adopters selling their tokens after farming crazy high APYs. You're seeing a lot of that on PancakeSwap. Some of those were having 1,000% APY, and the next thing you know, people that have been farming it for a year now are getting out right when you're buying in, and you're losing a ton of money. So then second, the reflect mechanism encourages holders to hang on to their tokens to garner higher kickbacks, which are based upon a percentage carried out and dependent upon the total tokens held by the owner. So there's definitely a lot of rewards by doing static over the massive old school farming method. We're going to jump into the burns a little bit, and you can see that little cross that I was talking about between supply and demand. So sometimes burns matter, sometimes they don't. A continuous burn on any one protocol can be nice in the early days. However, this means the burn cannot be finite or controlled in any way. Having burns controlled by the team and promoted based on achievements helps keep the community rewarded and informed. The conditions of the manual burn and the amounts can be advertised and tracked. Safemoon aims to implement a burn strategy that is beneficial and rewarding for those engaged for the long term. Furthermore, the total number of Safemoon burned is featured on our readout located on the website, which allows for further transparency in identifying the current circulating supply at any given point of time. So the automatic LP is the secret sauce of Safemoon. Here we have a function that acts as a twofold beneficial implementation for holders. First, the contract sucks up tokens from sellers and buyers alike and adds them to the LP, creating a solid price floor. Secondly, the penalty acts as an arbitrage-resistant mechanism that secures the volume of Safemoon as a reward for the holders. In theory, the added LP creates a stability from the supplied LP by adding the tax to the overall liquidity of the token, thus increasing the overall token's LP and supporting the price floor of the token. This is different from the burn function and other functions of reflection, which are only beneficial in the short term from the granted reduction of supply. As the Safemoon token LP increases, the price stability mirrors this function with the benefit of a solid price floor and cushions for holders. The goal here is to prevent the larger dips when whales decide to sell their tokens later in the game, which keeps the price from fluctuating as much as if there was no automatic LP function. All of this is an effort to alleviate some of the troubles we have seen with the current DeFi reflection tokens. We are confident that this model and protocol will prevail over the outdated reflection tokens for these reasons. So you can see here they have their little section of dev wallet burn tokens and the community supply at launch. They go over the fair supply and the total supply here as well. Talks a little bit more about that 3-step protocol that we were talking about earlier. So step 1, dev burn all tokens in dev wallet prior to launch, the fair launch on DXL, then the LP locked on DX Locker for 4 years, then the LP generated with every trade and locked on Pancake. And the last step we're going to be going through is the roadmap. And you can see it's all 2021 since it's a new coin. So we've already gotten here, which is the initialized protocol. Successfully onboarded and confirmed a Dogecoin trading pair with BB Also successfully begun integration process with our Whitebit and began legal paperwork with Bitmart. Pushing into Q2, Whitebit tokenomics integration will be completed along the completion of Safemoon app, wallet, and games. The Bitmart integration with tokenomics will also be completed in this quarter. They'll begin architecting the NFT exchange as well as video game integrations, integrating Safemoon with African markets in addition to setting up a charity drive and charity vote, and exploring other exchanges like Binance, and began architecting the Safemoon exchange, expanding the team by 35% and establishing a UK-Ireland office, and architecting architecting a crypto educational app as well as onboarding new partners. In quarter 3, holding the line, finish our crypto educational app, begin our own charity project, begin a community listing donation raise for several exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, KuCoin. We will finish our NFT exchange and release our first video game with Safemoon integrated. We will be expanding the team by another 25%, and we'll do a community meetup depending COVID restrictions, and also integrating with other large exchanges. And then quarter 4 to the moon. Finish Safemoon exchange with our charity project, finish integrations with first African market, begin the next integrations with additional African markets, create an African-based Safemoon office, begin hiring those markets to create jobs, taking donations for the next charity projects, and to begin voting on the next project as well. And they'll be establishing a Safemoon scholarship in this quarter as well. So we have a lot of stuff going forward for Safemoon. We're only in year 1. So yeah, this is definitely a risky one, but in terms of overall project, they do have a nice tokenomics. They seem to be doing their thing, and it's something that I'm definitely going to be, putting a little bit of money in, as you'll see. And so the next part is going to be the fun, which is learning how to set up the Safemoon wallet and all of that kind of stuff. We're going to do this part together, boys and girls, because this was very, very confusing for me to figure out. And not only that, through the Trust wallet, you have to set up certain ways to even view your Safemoon, and then I put the decimal wrong, and I ended up viewing the total cap, which was like 21 million or something, which is super low, which was nice to see. I didn't know what it was, but now I have it set up the right way. So alright, so first thing you guys are going to want to do to get Safemoon, if you haven't downloaded anything, I use the Trust wallet since this is what they talk about on their website. Go ahead and download Trust wallet, which you'll see here on this screen. I already went in and added some BNB, and you can see I ran a little test run on $2 worth of Safemoon just to kind of see if everything is working properly, which it did. So we're going to go over the whole process from the very beginning. So essentially what you're going to want to do is download the Trust wallet app. You're going to want to put in whatever coin it is that you're receiving. So I sent myself BNB from another wallet. And now what you want to do when you receive that BNB, you'll notice that there's 2 different levels. You want to take that BNB and swap it to the smart chain. I want to take all of it. Right, I want to take all of my BNB and swap it into Binance. Send, and we wait. Alright, so once that goes through, you'll see now it went from BNB into my smart chain. That's where you want it to sit. Next step, if you have an iPhone, you'll notice on the bottom I have a browser tab that you don't have yet. In order to set that up, you're going to want to go to Safari, open a new tab, and use this link right here. I'll add this in the links in the bottom for you guys. So you'll do Trust, browser, enable, boom. So you hit that, you hit open. It's going to open your Trust browser. If you didn't see it when you open it, make sure you reset the browser, but you should have this on here now. This is only for iPhone users. So if you have an Android, you probably didn't have to deal with this. Number 2, I'm going to move this so it looks like what yours will look like, because you won't be seeing anything else besides this on your top list. Alright, so now once you have the browser, hit the browser. You want to find Pancake Swap. Hit Pancake Swap. Make sure your wallet is connected on the top right. When you click it, it's pretty easy. Just hit Trust Wallet and it should connect instantaneously. Hopefully. So in order to get the currency that you want, we're going to go back to the browser. That's why I have this open. And you can take this chain right here, copy it from CoinMarketCap. Or if you really want to play it safe, it's basically the same thing, but I can show you this now since we're here. And I'm going to have to open this anyways, bscscan.com. This is going to give you all the actual information from these places, so you can get the contract from here. And you're going to need that anyways for another section. Type in that address, you'll see Safemoon. So you want to make sure your slipping tolerance is over 11%. So you want to click into here. I have mine set at 11. Now I'm going to hit max. Let it do what it has to do. I want to swap. This part's always fun. Took me a while last time to get this to work. There we go. And send. Boom. For Safemoon. Boom. So I got a swap now. So now I go back to the wallet and you can see that I don't have my Binance and there's no Safemoon. Oh no! So when this happens, you're gonna click this top right icon. You're gonna type in Safemoon. If Safemoon pops up, just hit this and you'll see it pop up on this list. You can see I have 78 million coins now. Might add a little more from here and there to get that to 100 million, because that'll be fun. But that looks good for now, 78 million. If it gets to $1, $78 million. Suck. Now, if you don't have that popping up, what you would do is, let's say you type in Safemoon, you don't see anything. So when you get here, first thing you want to do is make sure it's on Smart Chain. Put the contract address that you used previously. The name would be Safemoon. Right. SFM. And for the decimals, you're going to get that number from this BSC scan page, the same one that you got the contract. Put that number 9, and when you hit save, it should put in your actual wallet. I'm going to hit cancel because I already have it set up. So when I turn that on, now I have this little guy here. And you're officially set with your Safemoon. And that about wraps this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you found any of this information useful, please make sure to throw a like and subscribe to the channel, all of that fun stuff, and we'll catch you on the next episode.